What's up, YouTube? Well, I recently bought a home brew kit to make beer. And what best style beer to start off making than what San Diego put on the map, which is the classic IPA. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be starting my first home brew, and it's going to be a very hoppy IPA, or in Spanish, IPA. And it's going to produce an alcohol by volume of 8.1%, which is pretty awesome, I think. So before we get started, I should probably get hydrated with some of the Colorado Rockies crispest water. Reminds me like I'm 19 again. I mean, 21, because that's when you start drinking. Ugh. This is like stale water. I can't finish this. Let's just start making beer.
Nobody pray for me. It been a day for me. Yeah.
Okay, so the number one step is to take 2 gallons of water, bring it to a boil so that you have that hot water to get your grains steeping. Here we go. So for this brew recipe, I'm going to be using about 1.25 pounds of crystal malt, and then also it's going to be a partial extract brew. So I have 9 pounds almost of extract to put in later. But what I've done for this process is to make it cleaner. I went out and I bought these brew bags. So basically when I do my steeping grains, instead of me having to fish out all these grains, I'm going to just put all of my grains in that brew bag, and after it's done steeping, just like a tea bag, you can just toss it right out. Here it is, the brew in the bag. This is all my crystal malt here. Oh, man, that smells so good. This is gonna smell even better after I steep it. Right now I have to steep my grains for 30 minutes at a temperature of 155 degrees. My water is currently at 160, so I'm gonna turn off the flame now, and I'm gonna add the grains and let them sit for 30 minutes. So while this is steeping, I might as well enjoy a real beer.
Hey lil' mama, would you like to be my sunshine?
Yeah, come on. Party people sign up.
Nigga, touch my game, we gon' turn this shit to Columbine.
Yeah, let's do it.
Ice on my neck cost me 10 times 3. $30,000 for a nigga to get free. Real young nigga from the 6 down balls. Real young nigga from the 6.
Alright, so it's been 30 minutes of steeping. Let's check on these grains. So foggy. Those smell so delicious. It smells like cereal, like a warm oatmeal. Delicious oatmeal, actually. Alright, let's get started. Ooh, hot. Ooh. Right now, I'm squeezing out all the residual sugars so that those can turn into extra alcohols. And that's the best part, you know? So the great thing about those brew in a bag grain bags is they're reusable, so you don't have to buy them unless they break. And once you're done, you toss out the grains and then you wash the bag with soap and water. Perfect. I recommend it. All right, so at this point in the game, the recipe calls for adding 2 more gallons to the boiling pot and bring it back to a boil. So that's what I'm about to do right now. This whole thing about brewing your own beer is it's a constant hurry up and wait. And the wait is where you just sit back and watch Netflix while chemistry does the rest. All right, so while this is boiling, I don't know how many minutes it's been so far, but I'll tell you one thing, that Stone beer has got me on a good one. Technically, what I'm making right now is called the Wort. W-U-R-T? I'm pretty sure it's W-U-R-T. It's German, look it up. Google, that's what it's for. Anyway, so I'm still waiting for this to boil. But it's currently at a little bit over 160 degrees. I don't know what the boiling point of Wort is, but soon that will be the thing. And once it comes to a boil, I will be adding the first set of hops. And just like the grain bag that I bought, I also bought hop bags because you don't want a whole bunch of crap in your Wort when you go to put it in your carboy. So that hop bag is definitely going to help me out by keeping most of the stuff filtered from putting in the carboy.
You see, stereophonic sound for the home is recorded on 2 separate tracks, each one giving special emphasis to certain sections of the orchestra, as heard from those positions. Now, when played back simultaneously on 2 separate systems, the sounds are blended together to achieve a new dimension in sound, impossible to obtain in a monaural recording.
So we finally achieved a boil in the Wort. And for the official number, I'd say it's about 215 degrees that Fahrenheit. Yeah, so that's what it takes to boil Wort. All right, so now I have 60 minutes on the clock. I'm gonna add the first set, or the first 1 ounce baggie or sock of hops, and that's gonna be the Horizon hops. So at minute 60, dropping in the hops. It's been 50 minutes, so there's 10 minutes left in the boil, and at this point I'm going to add another 1 ounce little sock here of Centennial hops. I wish you guys had smell-o-vision because this is making my house smell delicious. So I just added the 10-minute hops, and that's going to be the Centennial hops. And so for this recipe, what I'm going to do is at 5 minutes left in the boil, I'm going to add some Simcoe hops. Those are going to be 1 ounce as well. And then I'm going to finish it off at flame out. When I turn off the flame from the boil, I'm going to put in 1 more ounce of Amarillo hops to finish off the hops. So like I said, we just got to keep waiting. Lucky for you, there's the magic of editing, and that allows me to just chop this up and makes it a lot faster for you. Flame is out. I'm gonna add the last bit of hops here, and now it's to allow the Wort to cool. So now I can put it, or after it cools, I'll put it in the carboy, and then we'll start the fermentation. so I just took the wort off of the stove and I'm putting it in the bathtub right now to allow it to cool. What Jenna and I are gonna do right now is we're gonna go get burritos because we're starving, and that stone gave me a little bit of the munchies, the drunk munchies. So we're gonna go get burritos and we're gonna go get ice so I can put it in the bath as well to help cool that wort down as fast as possible, so then we can get it in the carboy and start the fermentation process. So let's go get burritos. All right, so the burritos have been purchased. The burritos have been purchased. The ice has been added to the, well, not the wort, but the ice bath to cool down that wort. And basically, I need to get that wort down to 90 degrees or less before I add the yeast. Because if it's too hot, then the yeast will die off, and obviously you need yeast to convert the sugars into alcohol. So now we wait for the wort to cool down and I go and enjoy my burrito. So the initial gravity of the wort prior to fermentation is sitting at 1.09, and that gives me a potential alcohol by volume of 11.8%. So this is supposed to yield 8%, so I may have just created a super beer, but now I have to wait. The carboy is sitting in a dark, cool spot. It's going to ferment for probably about 15 days, and then I will check on it. So there we go. All in all, this was a pretty fun experience. So if you're into, or you're looking to get into home brew, I think you should get into it. It's pretty fun. I mean, if you like beer and you want to get into brewing your own beer and potentially save money on 12 packs, you know, however fast you drink 12 packs, I think it's a good idea. You should definitely try it out at least. I'll definitely keep doing it. Maybe this is something that will turn into more than a hobby down the road. Thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, you've never been here before, hit subscribe because I just plan on doing like random stuff all the time. And give me a like or a thumbs up and share this with your friends. All right, see you later.